This week on the Roundtable, Templar and I are exhausted. More after this. Welcome to the Roundtable. This is probably the earliest Templar and I have ever met. Templar he's got like some doctor stuff happening later with his wife, which I don't know if you knew this. Apparently there were people in our Discord server that did not know this, but Templar's wife is pregnant. Congratulations, buddy. You're going to be a dad.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I am.
How was it celebrating your first quasi Father's Day?
It felt like it would. I didn't really. It feels like stolen valor. I was talking to Druzy about this yesterday, and shout out Pastor Druzy, and he said that, and I thought that was appropriate. It just didn't feel quite. It just didn't feel quite right. So I didn't really get a lot of Happy Father's Day. So we can save them for next year. So, but feels more real than it has in years past, certainly. So happy pre-Father's Day. How's that? Yeah.
Does that feel better? Yeah. So anyway, I made the boneheaded move of suggesting that we could meet at 7 a.m. and then forgot that 7 a.m. is pretty early. And I was just kind of puttering around the house, and then I got to like 6:45 and I was like, oh, I have to record an episode in 15 minutes. So I had to hurry up and make coffee and like hurry up and like do the thing. And like we were even talking in DMs. Like we were talking in DMs this morning and whatever. But we're here. Thank you for putting in the work, and thank you for being able to meet with us, Templar, and to bring us joy. We're into round 3 of the greatest action movie of all time. We do kind of have some interesting things to talk about before we get to the bracket, and that is kind of what we've been doing with LTN, Love Thy Nerd. Do you want to kind of walk us through like the evolution and the genesis of what's happened with our relationship with LTN here?
Well, we've had a pretty long-standing relationship overall with them, and for our part with the Roundtable, they do a lot of community-focused stuff. They've been doing their own brackets as well the last couple months. Last month, they did a bracket on sci-fi, just sci-fi franchises / movies / all sorts of different media kind of together. This month, they're doing a board game bracket. It's been generating a lot of discussion over there. I was certainly giving my 2 cents on some of the sci-fi bracket last month. And we have a good relationship with those guys. So we reached out to them in conversation to just kind of share our bracket with their community and vice versa. It turned into kind of sharing back and forth. We would share our bracket with them. They'd share their bracket stuff with us. So we have that sharing in one of our channels now on Discord, discord.gg/luxdigitalchurch.
Good one.
And yeah, going forward, we're planning on doing more things with them, though. They're a great community. We do a lot of stuff with them. Like some people just got back from doing Origins, which is like a game convention, right? And like doing stuff with All Play, which is part of LTN, and like ministering to people, showing people how to play board games in that case. Like, so they're always up to some cool stuff. We've had a long-standing relationship, but going forward, we're probably going to be doing more stuff with them, and we'll, save some announcements for later, but we'll be doing some collaboration, maybe kind of stuff with the Roundtable and them in future brackets and other projects we might have going on. So it's fun. They're a great community, generally nerd anything, any kind of nerd thing, they got it in their community. So shout out to them. And if you don't know about LTN, it's Love Thy Nerd. You should feel free to check them out. So
yeah, I'll drop the links in the doodly doo. I've been on a mission trip with LTN and Bubba and Matt and really everybody over there, Radio Matt as well. Like they're all some really, really great dudes, and they have a really, really great community. Whereas Lux, we're a church. They are ostensibly a nerd outreach community, and they do a lot of stuff in that vein. And so we love to support them. We love to support what they're doing. Also with Luke over there, Frostbite. Like they're great people. So all that to say, you're going to be seeing more about LTN pop up in what we do, and you're going to be seeing more of us pop up in what they do as well. So we're really looking forward to seeing that. That being said, we're moving into round 3 now, and there was some real Sophie's choices that had to happen here. Before we get into the results, do you have any words, any cautionary tales that you need to tell me before we do this, or is it just let's launch and see what happens? I haven't seen the results yet.
Not too much. I mean, I think we had our lengthy episode, and for our last round, I had got on my soapbox for a few, which was also posted.
I did a super cut.
Fun. Yes, which is fun. And I said then that even if some of those lost, which is a mild spoiler here, that I can't really be that mad because they're great matchups. Like it was great movies against great movies. I was trying to fight for some of the ones that I think would not have been favored. But I think it should have been a 50-50 in my opinion, or even in the favor of the movies I was kind of championing. So if that didn't happen here, then I can't be too mad though, because it was going up against great movies. They were going up against great movies as well. So no, it's okay.
Well, with that, one of my dogs came in to console me because I think she sensed impending doom for one of my movies that I liked. So with that, I'm going to hit the old button and we're going to switch over and we're going to do a live reveal. And then if you've never joined us for one of these, I have not seen any of this. Templar does all of the work on this because he's freaking awesome. And so we're just going to walk through these. What do we have? Eight matchups, starting with Inception versus Blade. And Inception taking down Blade. We both of us voted for Blade, and yet Inception took it. That's interesting to me. That is a fascinating result.
I ended up voting for Inception. I did. I hadn't voted.
Okay.
I did. I voted after because I hadn't voted yet when we had our episode, and I went back and forth. But I think ultimately my Nolan love and the hallway fight scene. There's enough in it that I was like, all right, I'm going to do it.
Okay.
But Blade did great though. I mean, that's a great showing. 27-20.
Yeah.
Another consequence of sharing our bracket with LTN's community is we had about 50 votes overall, 51 votes, I think, overall or 51 responses. So each individual one might not have 50, but 51 overall, which is awesome. So that's really great. I mean, Blade did really well. We knew that there was a lot of love for Blade. It had done quite well in the previous matchups. Inception is just a very beloved film, and so is Blade. But I think in terms of, no disrespect to Blade, but I think in terms of quality of film, Inception is kind of in a different bracket of that. So not unexpected, although I wouldn't have been shocked if Blade had pulled the upset. I was sort of thinking it might, and I did check in during the week, and there were times where it was looking like it might. So, but hey. Well, Shout out Inception.
They're both great. There's a lot of that going on. Both of these movies are great. Both of them have a good. Check out like our hour and a half long diatribe on this whole
on these matchups.
Yeah, on all these matchups, you'll get to hear our or just go transcribe it with Google or Notebook LM or something. You can get the gist of what we were saying. They're all great matchups. They really are. I'm not mad about Inception going on. However, The Matrix. Okay, all right. Well, I was going to say, like, I saw some colors. I didn't see which was which here, but The Matrix did defeat John Wick in an epic showdown of Keanu versus Keanu, young Keanu versus old Keanu. Young Keanu pulled it out. I think it's probably the youth factor that did it. Also, the fact that The Matrix is just a kick butt movie, man. It's amazing.
The Matrix is a killer, man. It's I don't know if it's going to end up winning this whole thing. I think it has obviously we'll be getting into the top 8 here. So it has an excellent shot though, too. I mean, outside of it even being in the top 8, I think it's just so beloved. We saw how well it did in our franchise bracket. Mm-hmm. It's great. It checks all the boxes. On a sci-fi movie list, it would also be extremely competitive. So The Matrix is just a fantastic movie, no matter how you look at it. I love John Wick. John Wick's great.
Yep.
I think even I voted for The Matrix here, though. It's too good. The action's too good.
Yep.
It holds up incredibly well. yeah, there's not too much else to say. The Matrix is just an incredible film, and if you haven't at this point, you should certainly watch it. And great action movie. So, R.I.P. John Wick, but
that's fine.
Hey,
yeah,
that's fine. Did you ever see Ballerina? That sort of spin-off of John Wick? I heard it was pretty good.
Yeah, I heard it was good. I haven't seen it, and this is like maybe a hot take. I don't really like Ana de Armas. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. I don't know her from a ton of stuff. I mean, I knew she was in Blade Runner 2049 as the AI, right? Yep. She was pretty good in that.
Yep.
Weird role, though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many other things I know her from to have an opinion one way or another.
There was, wasn't she in like a Mission Impossible or something? And maybe it's just that she was dating Tom Cruise.
Was she?
Yeah, they were linked together a couple times. But the thing I remember her from is a movie called The Gorge on Apple TV.
Sure, I watched The Gorge, yeah.
And I just didn't. That performance colored me, and I was like, that's fine. Like, I get why she's the Hollywood it girl. She's a good-looking female. Like, she can do the actiony stuff. I get it.
I don't think that's not her. I don't think in The Gorge.
Isn't it?
No, isn't that
The Gorge?
She was in The Gray Man on Netflix.
Oh, that's Anya Taylor-Joy. Okay, well, never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the other three name.
Okay,
that's Anya. Who I do like Anya a lot.
Never mind. Yeah, I didn't like her in that.
Oh, you didn't? No, I thought that movie was.
The only thing I like Anya. The only thing I like Anya Taylor-Joy in was
Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, Queen's Gambit. Yes, I did like that. Everything else I've seen, she's just kind of flat.
She was good in The Northman. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
That was good.
Northman.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot that she's been in. I guess she was in War Dogs. I never saw that. Blade Runner 2049. She was good. This is Ana de Armas.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. She was in Knives Out. I did see that.
The first Knives Out?
The first one, yeah.
Mm.
She was in The Gray Man, which was fine. I did watch that.
That was
that's the Chris Evans.
Yes.
Gosling spy thing.
Yep.
She was in she played Marilyn Monroe. That's right, in Blonde.
Mm.
Interesting.
Well, whatever. I get why she's the Hollywood it girl, but she just doesn't do it for me. And also like I've given my like John Wick's fine. Like it is what it is. All right, let's move on. T2 Judgment Day versus Enter the Dragon. You 8 poor souls that voted for Enter the Dragon. Congratulations, you got your lunch money taken from you because T2 is probably. I bet you it's going to be in the final matchup for this entire bracket.
T2, yeah, it has a great shot. I mean, we'll see what it has to go up against to get to the final matchup. Yeah. But yeah, it easily has a great opportunity to do that. Enter the Dragon, we talked about it last week. It was great that it had made it this far, I think, and that there was at least some representation of sort of martial arts based cinema, Bruce Lee, kind of representing, because we didn't have a lot of that on the bracket to begin with. So the fact that one made it, a good way until running into one of the potential a movie that might be in the final before it lost, that's pretty good. So I'm happy to see that. Not surprised at all by the outcome, though.
No, not at all. Gladiator versus Lethal Weapon, also a smashing. Almost 3/4 to 1/4, just over 3/4 to 1/4. Excuse me. Gladiator is a potential. I mean, there's a reason it's number 5 in here. There's a reason that it's just steamrolling the competition. Gladiator is just great. I also think that in our communities, because I have to do the communities now, there's people don't remember Lethal Weapon. Like they know Mel Gibson and Danny Glover, and kind of like, ew, why would I vote for that?
Yes, certainly. I think as a franchise, it hasn't held up in the same way over time.
No,
I don't think it's remembered as fondly over time. There was like a show, right? Didn't they do a show of Lethal Weapon in recent years? I feel like they tried to kind of bring it back as either a show or a movie with other. different guys.
Damon Williams and Sean William Scott, Stifler himself.
Oh, okay.
Wow, it was on for 3 years.
Okay. I didn't know it ran that long.
Yeah.
I don't even know when it was around, but I was thinking maybe that was something that might have kept it at least in the kind of cultural zeitgeist, I guess, but obviously not. So yeah, I always liked Lethal Weapon, but to be honest, I barely remember the four. There's 4 of them, so I mean, there's quite a few, but yeah. But they're probably fun to go back and revisit. But Gladiator is Gladiator, and Lethal Weapon is out of the bracket.
Yep. All right, so here we go. We start getting into the toughies now. Raiders versus Predator. I'm not surprised. At the end of the day, I voted for Raiders. You hadn't voted yet. Did you vote for Raiders or did you vote for Predator?
I voted for Predator.
Okay.
I did. This was one of the ones. This was before my soapbox, but I did stick up for Predator and make the argument that it was
it's true.
Better movie than people give it credit for.
Better action movie.
Just a better movie in general than people give it credit for, but certainly a better action movie. Yeah, I think people remember the get to the chopper. They remember the I ain't got time to bleed, the handshake. They remember a lot of the over the top silly stuff. But it's John McTiernan, man. It was written by Shane Black, or at least he had a lot of input on it. It's a good script. McTiernan's a great director. He did Die Hard. Mm-hmm. He did The Hunt for Red October. He did a few other excellent movies. So, guy's a good director. Good script. I think it's a solid movie, and I think the action in it is really well done, and the movie's quite well paced. So Raiders is a juggernaut. I get it. People love indies, so fair enough. I can't be mad that Predator lost here, but I think if you only know Predator for the memes and not actually for the movie, I would say check it out for the movie, because I think the movie itself is also good. It's of the late 80s, so be prepared for that, but it's great.
That's a very I guess I hadn't thought of it that way in terms of the memes coming from our communities. The people that are voting on it, they know the handshake heard around the muscular bicep handshake heard around the world. They know get to the chopper because that's in Fortnite. That's everywhere. That's a really good point. I guess I hadn't thought of that. Why would you vote for a meme movie over one of the top movie franchises out there? I will say that Indy is a top movie franchise. At least the first 3, not the last. We don't talk about the last ones, but the first 3 definitely. Great point. Aliens versus Edge of Tomorrow. Oh, Temp, I'm sorry, buddy. I mean, I voted for Edge of Tomorrow too. So you swayed me.
Right, I swayed your vote on this. Yes, so
I went back and watched. I went back and watched, as we were talking yesterday, I went back and watched your soapbox, and I remember you. I remember the point in the conversation where my heart flipped, and when I voted, and I just know that you had put a lot of energy and time into Edge of Tomorrow, and the fact that Aliens, which was 1982, 1981, the early 80s, the fact that it took down Edge of Tomorrow probably doesn't feel great.
It's I kind of teased at the beginning. I can't be too mad because Aliens is a great movie. I have no issue with Aliens. It's awesome. Game over, man. Game over. So good. Sigourney's great in it. Michael Bihn's great in it. As taking the Alien franchise from a horror movie to a Vietnam War action movie with these commandos was such a good idea, and Cameron did a really excellent job with it. The setting is great. The flip with the android, because you have this evil android in the first one, and then the second one, spoilers, you have an android, but he's actually a good guy. He actually is helpful. The flip on that is so well done. So Aliens is awesome, so I can't be mad. But Edge of Tomorrow, I just think is underrated by most people, and I think deserves more attention. And I think in terms of modern sci-fi, deserves more love. And again, I keep telling people to watch things. I've realized my passion for action movies maybe more than I've realized how passionate I am about action movies maybe more than I thought I was through this bracket, because I keep just recommending people go watch all these things. But seriously, I mean, if you haven't seen either of these movies, watch them. They're both excellent.
Agreed.
But Edge of Tomorrow to me is such a cool movie. So, hey.
All right. And the last 2, Top Gun Maverick. Wow. Wow. This is huge.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Would you call this an upset? I mean, I know it's like lower. I know Bourne Identity is lower on the bracket, but if we had been tier ranking this ourselves, would you have put Top Gun Maverick higher than Bourne Identity?
I would have 100%.
You would have?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Maybe it is kind of an upset then. I'm not mad at this though. I mean, this is one of my soapboxes, and it did pull out. Again, I really like Top Gun Maverick, so if it had gone the other way, that also would have been fine. But I'm glad Bourne kind of made it through here. I think it was a very influential movie, even if a lot of the movies it spawned were not so good.
Wow, this is crazy, man. I did not see that coming at all. Congratulations to Jason Bourne. We got a couple of comments on some shorts I posted about Top Gun Maverick, saying that I specifically pulled out us talking about the fact that Top Gun Maverick was better than the original, and I think that rubbed some people the wrong way, and they might have clicked the link and said, "No, I'm going to show them," which is fine. Like any engagement is good engagement at that point. However, I think you're wrong. I do think Top Gun Maverick is the better action movie than Bourne Identity. Full stop. My argument in the last episode was that Bourne is a really good sort of spy thriller, which I know technically is an action movie. I know he's like a secret agenty, disowned, whatever you call it, secret agent, super weapon. But Top Gun Maverick, man, is just so good. The music, the feeling, the emotion, just everything about it is just so good. So we'll be signing off.
Yeah, it's a perfect sequel, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it does everything you want a sequel to do. It's just enough nostalgia to the first one. It's just enough fan service for the first one, but it feels like its own movie. It's not like saccharine, sweet, like just trying to overpower you with like a Spielberg, like just rip out your heart or something. Like it feels genuine. They're obviously having a lot of fun with it. So it's kind of the ideal sequel in a lot of ways. And I agree with you that I think it's better than the first one. I think the first one doesn't hold up all that well. It's still a fun movie, like no hate, but I just think it hasn't aged great. And I think the action sequences alone in the new one are incredible. Like I said in our previous episode, I've rewatched that final bombing run that they do at the end of the movie, and that whole sequence. I've watched that so many times.
So good.
It's so great. It's so great. It's so much fun. So it's a great movie. I'm glad Bourne won. You can go watch my soapbox about it, so I won't get into all of that again. But I think for the frenetic action, shaky cam stuff that people are now sick of was really something different at the time. And the kind of brutal hand-to-hand combat that's in it and all throughout the franchise, I think is excellent. Damon does a great job with it. There's enough intrigue, there's enough to keep you interested, and it has excellent action. So I'm fine with it winning, but Top Gun Maverick is an awesome movie.
Okay, take a deep breath. Die Hard versus Mad Max. This was the one. And wow, Die Hard giving it to Mad Max Fury Road. I did post a short about how this pastor hates Mad Max Fury Road, which I giggled. I'm not the pastor. There was another pastor on our staff. Shout out Pastor Dalton, Pastor Druzy. Die Hard taking it to Mad Max Fury Road. Do you think this was because of the Christmas memes? What do you attribute this to?
We talked in our last episode that this was really close. At least for me, this is very close. But for many people, maybe it isn't. Either they haven't seen Fury Road. Fury Road is maybe just too weird for them because it is a weird movie.
You do love it or hate it?
Yeah, it can be polarizing because if you're not into what it's doing, then you're just out on the whole movie because what it's doing is the whole movie. Like the frenetic, go, constant, like edge of your seat, genuinely. You get like a couple moments in the movie to kind of have a breather between the action sequences. Like if you're not into that and you're not into all the weird George Miller, Australian post-apocalypse characters stuff that's going on, there's plenty of that. I get it. So like I totally understand. I think it's a better action movie than Die Hard. Even I admitted though, and again I went on at length about Die Hard as well, about how awesome it is. And when I think of action movies, I think of Die Hard. So certainly it's, and I think that's true for a lot of people, especially certainly a lot of people of our kind of generation. Maybe for some of the younger generations, that's less so because maybe Die Hard hasn't remained for them. But even by reputation, I think Die Hard is so great. So like, I don't know if this needs justification. I think it makes sense. Like Die Hard's an awesome movie. I expected it to win here. I think the action in Mad Max Fury Road is better though.
Yes.
Like as an action movie, it's better. Like
yes.
Die Hard is awesome. I praised it heavily in our last episode. And so I'm not mad that it won. This is the ultimate, like, I mean, it's a great movie. It's one of the iconic action movies of all time, maybe the most iconic action movie of all time. Again, when people think of action movies, I think a lot of times they will think of Die Hard. So yes. Fair enough. I can't be too mad about it. Yeah, and I get that Fury Road is polarizing. So
yep. Okay, well, the way we do this now typically is we then switch over to our actual live voting. Look at that, I did it live. I have not seen any of this. I'm going to vote on this right now. You also can go vote on this. The links are in the doodly-doos below. Templar took some time to put this together, and we're in the Elite Eight, so that means there's 4 matchups. These are going to be big matchups, I would assume. I'm even just looking at the first one at the bottom, and it's Inception versus the Bourne Identity, which is a blockbuster matchup. Can we scroll here, internet? Thank you very much. Inception versus the Bourne Identity, and ouch.
To me, this is where Inception takes its stage left for me. For me, this is where, I mean, it was debatable for Blade. I think Bourne Identity is a better movie than Blade, and I think the action is great.
Yes.
So this is for me where I think I vote against Inception and I go with Bourne Identity. I think it's time. I think Inception, it's cool that it's on this bracket. It's done well. It's a great movie. I think when we're considering just action movies, I think ultimately it has to lose to something.
Yep.
And I think this is worthy, a worthy kind of competitor for it to lose to here. So for me, I'm going to go Bourne Identity.
I agree.
I think Inception's great, but yeah, I think for action movies, Bourne Identity is stronger, and it's also an excellent movie in its own right. So
I agree, and I voted for Blade in the last episode or the last round anyway, and I strongly considered voting for Bourne Identity in last round as well. So you're right, Bourne Identity it is. The Matrix versus
Talking about finals, like last week, I mentioned Fury Road and Die Hard could be a final. This is even more so. Like this is a finals matchup.
Oh gosh,
I don't know what to do with this because this is genuinely. If we were seeding this bracket ourselves, this might be number 1 and number 2.
Yes, probably with T2
or T2, like yeah, like it would be right in there. So I don't know what to do here.
Initial thought, I'm going to go with the Matrix, and
yeah, that's probably my inclination as well.
Talk me through why, and then we'll see if we agree on it.
I don't know why.
Gut feeling, vibes.
Yeah, I mean, I can probably try to come up with some reason in terms of like just the amount of action it has, the different types of action, which I mentioned last week. It has kind of every type of action you'd want. It has iconic set pieces that are still like the foyer entrance into the building fight, the showdown with Agent Smith, the rescue with the helicopter. I mean, obviously the slow-mo dodging. I mean, Die Hard has plenty of iconic moments too. This will be brutal in terms of the matchup. I expect this to be closer to 50-50 in terms of the voting. I think I'm going to go with the Matrix though. I think it has more action in it. I think I am more into what it's doing in terms of the ideas that the movie is dealing with. Otherwise, I like a lot of the action in terms of like the variety of martial arts action, just ridiculous gunplay, but it's so well executed. I don't know, man. It's tough. Like Die Hard's awesome. It's so much fun. Alan Rickman's incredible. Willis is incredible in it. So it's a real Sophie's choice, which we've thrown that around a lot, but I don't know how else to say it here. Like, why are you thinking?
I agree with everything you said, and also I think that The Matrix is, it doesn't have memes attached to it, which draw it into more of a holistic feeling in my head. The meme being Christmas movie, not Christmas movie, and that's not to Die Hard's detriment.
No.
In fact, I think it enhances its popularity, and people watch it. Because I mean, that even in our community, we had people like, "Oh, and you can put it on the Christmas movie bracket." It's like, well, I'm tired. We're both tired of that argument right now, but or tired of that topic. But the fact that there's 20 and 25-year-olds that know Die Hard for that, great longevity. The Matrix did something to action movies after that, whereas Die Hard. I mean, I guess it did, but also like it wasn't as formative in terms of the genre as a whole. Like it's a pretty straight up and down, criminal story. And yeah, it's heartwarming, and you've got Carl Winslow in there. You've got all the things happening in there. Like it's good. I just feel like The Matrix is just a little more. Like the edge that it gives is it was doing bullet time. It was doing a lot of CG stuff. It had just like, in my opinion, Agent Smith is a better villain than Alan Rickman. And I know that might be like, that might be heresy, but man, the Hugo Weaving, like
very
robot, it's completely different, but like, one is like psychotic killer, human, whatever. But another is just like, I'm a human, but I'm a robot. Like, I have a deep affinity for Hugo Weaving. Also, just all of the Lord of the Rings stuff that came. Like he was doing Lord of the Rings and The Matrix at the same time. Like that is incredible if you think about that. Like the switching back and forth. I don't know. I'm going Matrix. The gunplay, the car chases, the helicopter crashing into the side of a building, everything is just so good. So yeah. Sorry, Bruce. This is an easier one for me. This is T2 all day. Without even trying.
Yeah, I agree. This is also T2 for me. I like Aliens, but I mean, I voted against it in the last round for Edge of Tomorrow, and T2 is a much more well-established, more celebrated action movie.
Yep.
So,
T2.
Again, Aliens is awesome. It's super, super fun, very well constructed, great sort of set pieces there. There's like the final showdown at the end is really well done and iconic in its own right, and has some very famous line that comes out of it that I won't repeat, but really excellently done. T2's great though. Arnold's awesome. We talked about you said his name last episode, Patrick, who plays the T-1000 is awesome.
Yeah.
His last name is Patrick. I'm blanking on his first name again, but plays the T-1000 does an incredible job in it. The kid's really annoying. The young John Connor is super annoying. But
I love how much you don't like him.
I really don't like the T2 would probably be like one of my favorite movies of all time if that kid wasn't in it, or if I really don't like the kid's performance. So. But the rest of the movie is incredible, and Aliens is also great. I mean, at this point, every matchup is going to be tough, right? Like, there's no easy roads here anymore, right? So, but I T2, it's iconic. So,
okay, I agree with you in all of that, and then some. And then the last, but certainly not least, Gladiator versus Raiders. This is a little tougher at first blush than I think. As an action movie, I think Raiders takes it. Just for the humor, but Gladiator is a little bit more of a serious set piece movie.
Yeah, this is where you get into category conversations. Like, is Gladiator too many other things as well? Yes. And it's not really necessarily like it is an action movie we talked about in the past. It certainly has a ton of action in it, but is it an action movie in the way this bracket has been constructed? No, not as much. I would say Raiders is more of that, even though I think I argued on the last episode that for I voted for what it was against, not for Raiders, but oh well. But Raiders is still awesome. The stunt work's incredible. There's some really funny moments, some great sequences in it. It holds up incredibly well. I love Gladiator, man. I have such a soft spot for Gladiator. The opening battle sequence is great. Russell, this is like peak Russell Crowe. I mean, Crowe's still good. Like, I even saw clips of him from that movie he did recently about Nuremberg, where he was playing like Hermann Goring.
Yeah.
And like even clips of that, he looked like he was doing it great. Like, I don't know, that movie I don't think got great reviews, but like he looked good in the clips I saw. Like, I mean, it seemed like he was still doing his thing. It's just called Nuremberg. Yeah. So, and he's playing Goering in that. And so I was like, all right, like he's still doing his thing. I mean, but this Gladiator was like kind of coming out party, I think, as well for him. Like, I know he had been in a few things before. Like, I think he had been in LA Confidential maybe before, and a few other things, but he's so good in it, man. He just nails all of it in terms of the scale of that performance, it being both very small in moments at the beginning where he's like, you know, he's like wiping the dirt on his hands. He sees a bird fly away, like these very small acting moments. But then
rushing his hand over the wheat fields.
Yeah. But then in the couple minutes later, you have him giving this speech to his cavalry of like, if you find yourself alone, like riding alone, it means do not be troubled. You're in Elysium. You're already dead. He's giving this like pump up speech to the cavalry before they charge in. He nails that too. And it's just like,
it's good,
man. I just like, he's so good in this movie. Jamin Hansu, like as like a kind of sort of a buddy, like, I don't know, like the pair of them together are so great. They play off each other incredibly well. All of the fights in the Coliseum, like most of those hold up really well also. So it's tough, man. I have a real soft spot for Gladiator. So ultimately, I think that's probably going to win out for me, and I think I'll vote for Gladiator for the action it has. But Raiders is awesome.
I'm going Raiders, and the only reason I'm putting Raiders above Gladiators, I think one key component of action movies is that there does need to be a tiny bit of humor. I think it is an underutilized component. I understand Matrix didn't really have a whole lot of humor, although I would say that Joey Pants, his character is his character is the humor foil when he's eating that steak and he's going, I know this isn't real. Like, that's very funny to me. That is like ironically funny. That scene still holds up to me. But I think a little bit of humor goes a long way in an action movie, and Raiders does that very well. It does the little bit of humor. It does kind of the thing. Also, Harrison Ford, just being peak Harrison Ford.
Yeah,
the guy's a national treasure. He just is. I don't even think I think as Han Solo, this might be a hot take. I don't really think he's that good in Star Wars. I think he's iconic, but like he's arguably not the best actor in that entire roster. He's fine, and he's known for it, but like he's just being Harrison Ford. He's like actually doing a character, and I like that. I like that a lot. Like he's smart. He's got like he's got a lot of like one-liners. It's very, very good. So Raiders for me is it. You can go vote on this as well. The link is going to be in the doodly-doos below. And you can make sure that your movie can, go on to the final. We're really getting to it now. I foresee a very tough matchup in the final. I foresee a lot of conversation happening in the final. And the way this is setting up, we might have two vastly different movies in the final. We might get The Matrix versus Inception. And to me, those are vastly different action movies. And I don't know. I know what I would vote for, but I entreat you, our community, to choose which one you would vote for. Templar, before we close up, anything else you want to talk about here?
No, thanks always for the votes, for engaging with it. We always appreciate it. Go and chat about it in the Discord. If you haven't joined yet, feel free to join. Again, discord.gg/LuxDigitalChurch. Jump in. Always be happy to hear from you. We always are appreciative of people voting and chatting about it and engaging with it. It's always a lot of fun for Chino and I to talk about. So, no, I think that's it. Looking forward to the next bracket. This one's going to be open for 2 weeks because I will be away next week. So we're going to this one's going to run for a little bit, which is fine. We're getting down to it now. So, give some people some more time to contemplate their choices.
Yep.
And
why they're wrong.
But we will have an episode next week. We will have maybe multiple episodes next week. Might have a special guest on to talk about a few things as well. We'll tease there. Familiar face coming back. So, hey, thank you for everyone, as always, for watching, for voting, for participating, commenting, all that stuff. So,
and until then, we love you guys. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.